To the App Showcase, where we review Microsoft-related apps primarily from the App Store, but also through trial versions. SV MacPack is a certified veteran-owned and HubZone consulting firm supporting primarily the U.S. federal government. In support of our customers' need to do market research on apps such as these, we started recording our review of these apps. We hope these reviews help you as well. In this video, we're going to be reviewing Events Slider from iTechArt Group. It's an app on the Microsoft App Store. And as always, I'm going to move fast, pointing out what I like and what would make me hesitate to recommend this app to my customers. My goal is to be as candid as I would if just talking to my own team about this app. Hopefully the review helps you and perhaps even provides good feedback to the publisher of this app. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to switch over to their page on the Microsoft App Store. I'll scroll in a little bit and we'll get started. One of the things I like automatically is I can see the features. I always look for that, but I'll stay on the left-hand side. First thing I like is the fact that they say free trial, and then they put the pricing here. In order for you to have this app, looks like it says $4.99. I don't know what that means. Like, you know, $500 for perpetual license, etc. And this site license, I'm assuming they have an online version and an on-prem, so that's pretty good that they're providing that kind of detailed information. The last update is a long time ago, and that kind of surprises me. But this version means they worked on this a lot, as far as I'm concerned. You never know anything, but the version count, when you look at that number, really tells you how many times they went back to the well on getting it right and improving it with features or fixing bugs, hearing the customer feedback, etc. So that's pretty cool. The last thing on the left-hand side that I look for is this link to support. I'm going to go ahead and click. I can already see it's got a link to a docx. So let's go ahead and see what we get. Go ahead and open this guy up. In fact, I'll come back to that in a second. I'll come back here as it's loading. One of the things I look for is the rating and the reviews. It's got 4 stars, which is pretty good. And it's got 10 reviews. For an 11 rating, 10 reviews is pretty amazing. A whole year and a half before they went through, and then they got a 0 rating, and I'm curious why. Okay, this is pretty funny. So we'll see in our own review right now whether I experience anything like this. But that first sentence where they talk about the load times terrible, is it is it your environment or is it the app? If I have it repeated here, then maybe we're seeing that it is the app and something they can do to go back there. But we'll figure it out. Load times is always a loaded review. Fortunately, it looks like most of the reviews are pretty good, and then they had that one bad one. So that I discount the best rating and the worst rating and just move on. So they got a lot of good ratings, but it was all back in 2015. Looks like that's probably when they marketed it out to a bunch of people, which is fine. I don't mind that. Let's go ahead and get into this next part. So here they talk about it's an events slider, and the idea for this is they're trying to target it towards company events. So I'm evaluating all the sliders together in one series or one marathon of evaluation, but this will be pretty interesting to see what's here. It's got links. It's got a mobile device. We'll go ahead and take a picture. I love it when they have the features listed. So here it's got that same thing with pictures, information you can add into it. Wow, it's a pretty advanced tool. I actually join standby lists for these events if it gets big. This is less of a slider. That's funny. It says a slider. It looks more like a reservation tool. So we'll figure it out. Advanced surveys can be attached. That's going to be more than I'm looking to evaluate in this particular thing. So we'll see what's going on. I like this, though. All data stored in SharePoint lists. These apps should be in there. So that's pretty good. Here they talk about the pricing, and that's really helpful that they do. One-time cost for all. So that's pretty good. They probably charge, I don't know, $300, $500 or something, whatever's normal out there, and we'll see what's there. Here they talk about what's new. I really like that because they're coming by and updating it, but it'd be nice if they had a date around that, something in there. I like how they put machine learning as next. That's next for the entire industry, but it's fun that they're thinking about it. So let's go ahead and come back to this set of pictures. And I want to just bring those guys up into our view. So here's a video, and I'm going to ignore it for now. Here's another picture. Let's see what we got. So this one's just showing kind of how it flips, and I think we're going to figure that out ourselves in a second. Here's the mobile view, which I think a lot of us would like to see. I mean, as old as this is, a couple of years old at least, this is pretty cool that they have a mobile version of it and it looks nice. It doesn't look just responsive. It looks like they actually paid attention to how it would look. Next image we have here is, oh, they do have that survey attached. So we'll figure that out. Okay, so it's, again, here's showing the results. I wonder if they're just using an out-of-the-box survey list. No, they're using, it looks like they're using something with a spreadsheet. So that was that one. And the last one here is, okay, here they're talking about the event. I can see a lot of customers using something like this for like classrooms, or classes where you're trying to put something out there. Not quite sure about unjoin as a word, but otherwise this looks pretty nice for us to go into. I want to see if that Word document opened up. Wow, this is not a half attempt at doing a document. This is a great looking document. So put a lot of stuff in here. So these are the same features they talked about. I'm going to do one page for a second, so we just kind of pop down. So these are the views they're talking about we're going to experience, two types of views. So you can do the slider where it goes across, or this stack type thing, and I know a lot of people like that. Okay, filter control, I see this. I want to go see how intuitive it is, but this is really impressive that it's got 20 plus pages of a user guide. That's amazing. I am going to leave it open though in case I need to use it. So if we're going to go ahead and add this app, I'm going to grab the app's number right there in the address bar. It's the easiest way I have found to add apps instead of going through this process here. So I'm going to come over here to my site where I'm going to demo this for us. I have a link already to adding apps in here from the App Store. So let me go ahead and put my app in there. Hit enter, and there it is. Let's go ahead and find it. Okay, so $500. We might have saw that already. Did I already see that? Yeah, they already said that. So we'll come over here and we'll look at this. Go ahead and try it. Might make me fill out information. I hate this part. This is the part that I don't like, and this will stop me from using it because I'm already logged in. I just tried to get this app from within a logged in account, and it's stopping me. So let's see. Neo 365. Okay, so I am currently logged on with this account, and I can't get it. This is part of the reason I wanted to show you from the start to the finish the process, because I don't know what's causing that, but I've seen this on multiple apps, and the first thing it tells me is I'm not wasting my time. If it's difficult to get, I'm just concerned that it's going to be difficult to use. Other apps are easy to get, so I don't know why something like this would be hard to get, but it makes me feel like it's something the publisher is doing, because Microsoft their process is the same. Let me go ahead and go back here. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to my showcase, and I'm going to pause there. You already saw this, right? And I think you heard from my voice that I was liking it. It was going to be even more advanced than I was willing to check today, but because it stops me from doing that, and by the way, the reason I'm not trying again is because I've done this multiple times with other apps where no matter how I try, it still just doesn't let me download it, whether I go to their site and try to download it. So at this point, I just stop, and because of that barrier, I just recommend you skip this app and move on, and hopefully the publisher will address that concern I pointed out. Hope you found this review helpful as you evaluate various apps available to you and your organization. Please provide me with feedback in the comments. Let me know how I can make the App Showcase channel and these reviews more useful to you. Feel free to even suggest apps we could review, and we'll work to get them on the schedule. Finally, if you found the review helpful, please share a note about it on one of the social media platforms. I'm your host, Neil McDonald with SV MacPack. I thank you for joining me today and hope you'll join me again for other reviews.